Hi guys, thanks for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure to be invited to the webinar today. So I was going to be talking about inclusion and accessibility live, but I'm going to do that on video because obviously I couldn't make it today. So there we go. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on GenoMFL on Twitter. There you go. A little bit about me. So I've been teaching French for over 20 years, more so a bit of Spanish. Head of MFL, head of digital learning. MIEE, Google Certified Educator, and bits and bobs with Wakelet and Flip, the new Flipgrid, and lots of different apps anyway. And also I've created a poetry competition called Poesiae, 250 schools this year from all over the world entered. So if interested in that, taking part, you feel free to click onto the QR code that you can actually now. And also been translating a few books for the language gym and working on the fourth one at the moment, out very, very soon. Moving on. So if I wanted to divide the little video in a few categories, I would say reading, writing, and communicating. I think I probably will have only time for reading and writing, but let's see what happens if I can fit it in 10 minutes. Let's start by the reading apps. Immersive Reader, you probably are very familiar with Immersive Reader. It is absolutely everywhere in Microsoft tools, in Microsoft apps, and it allows you to be seeing your text in a different way. So I'm going to have a quick demo. Okay, here I am in OneNote, one of my favorite apps with Microsoft, and I've just copied and pasted something from Wikipedia about friends. So if I wanted to have that text, you can see it's not great to be able to read that, and but obviously we can find an alternative to sort it out. But let's say I have a text here, small, I can make it bigger, but what I could be doing also is use Immersive Reader for better understanding. So I'm going to be going to View, and I'm going to go into Immersive Reader. And you can see a massive difference now. Look at that. So if I play it there, it's going to be playing and reading it.
Copied and pasted from Wikipedia. Friends is an American television sitcom created by David Crane and Marta Kaufman.
Okay, there you go. So it's got to be reading your article, your piece of work. You can change the voice to male or female. You can change the speed, and many other things you can do. There's lots of videos about it. I have very small amount of time to deal with that. So you can just put the backgrounds. If you're a bit dyslexic, and there's some colors you can't see, or if it helps you to read better, so you can change the backgrounds. Let's say I want a blue one. I can have a bit different font size. I can put different fonts here also. I can increase the space. You can see the space is pretty bigger here already. And I've got other things. If I'm working in grammar, I can have the nouns, verbs, and adjectives showing. So let's say I just want to work on nouns, and I want to have also adjectives showing. That's just pretty amazing. It's going to be showing stuff like that too. Okay, if you're doing some stuff, we need some syllables. And again, you're going to have the words divided into syllables. Nice and easy. And got it back there. Then after I have that bit, then if I want to have a line focus, I can have that when it's reading, it's just going to be showing me one line, or can have 3 lines focus. I can translate it also. That will be coming into our communication later on. But if I needed to be translated the text into my native language, for example, because I could be Spanish, German, whatever, and Icelandic, and it's going to be changing the text for Italian. Let's take Italian for a change for fun. Okay, so I have the September. I can see if I click on the word here, it technically should be reading September.
September.
And in Italian it's going to be
Settembre.
Settembre. Okay, things like that. So you have, and also you have the picture dictionary. When you go in season, is going to be showing you a picture of all of that. You can find Immersive Reader in Word, OneNote, and Edge, and all these usual apps that you can find there. Move my head around. This is Flip, the new Flipgrid. It's called Flip these days. And also Wakelet and all of these Nearpod, and these are classic or things that we'll be using in that languages, but obviously you can use in other subjects. Reading can also be improved with a lens that you can find on phones and things like that. So I'll show you very quick how it works. I have used Lens on my phone. I just took a picture and I send it directly into OneNote. You can also have it read on Immersive Reader on your phone, but if you want to pop it into OneNote for virtual references or something, it's probably easier. So there we go. I've got my page taken from Jasmine Skies by Sita Brahmachari. And again, if I want to have that little page read to me nice and easy, I just need to go into a view, then Immersive Reader, and the same process will be happening. as earlier on is going to be reading me the page. Okay, super simple. The page is also very powerful and can allow you to be reading PDFs. There you go, same passage, same book, but this time one I've saved as a PDF from Microsoft Lens, and I just need to go into read aloud, and there you go.
Kolkata Airport. I can't wait to grab my suitcase and walk through to the other.
Again, amazing facility you have here. And one more with Edge. I just opened an article on time, time.com, to relax outside of work this summer, rethink your workday. And what I need to do, if I just want to have it read aloud again, I just click on this.
To relax outside of work this summer.
Again, it's going to be reading the article for me, which is absolutely brilliant, as well as if I needed to have the Immersive Reader, it's also here. And again, I can have all the functionality of the Immersive Reader already in Edge. So absolutely fantastic for reading and helping people to read articles if they find it difficult. Let's have a look at some quick tools now to be helping with writing. Here I am now in Microsoft Word, and you can see obviously you have the option of having the dictate button here. It works really, really well for pupils who have difficulties, or obviously adults with typing, writing, spelling, and it's perfect. And you can do that in several languages too. Let's have a play, see if it wants to work. Thank you very much for having me today. It's a wonderful webinar. Full stop. There you go, nice and easy. I forgot my comma here, you can see that. Suggesting things, the grammar, also the spelling is going to help out very, very much. You have editor, and it is perfect also to check your spellings and things. You go back to one of my favorites, you can see obviously that this is the dictate button is also available in OneNote, which is amazing. And again, you can change into different languages, that's fabulous. Obviously I'm a language teacher, but you can still use maths obviously in OneNote for mathematics and science. And you can see I've written a very small equation that's not very complicated, and what I can do now is if I highlight it, it will be able to solve it into OneNote, which would be pretty also amazing. So let's have a quick demo. So if I go into draw, and I'm just going to grab it and click on maths button. There you go, it just picked it up straight away, and I can select the action. I can have a graph, which is pretty amazing. I can pop directly into my page. It's on one page. Trying to grab it, and it's there. And also I can also solve for X, and it tells me the results straight away. I can show steps, which I think is very important. Otherwise, it's far too easy with different steps and then do there. And you can also use Immersive Reader if you can actually read it. You will have it in Immersive Reader too. So easy, and it probably help out people to be reading the equations and making things simple, much simpler for them. And a very last one, but this time for communicating, because we're running out of time, so I'll show you briefly what it is. A few other things I could have talked about, but I think I'm going to concentrate this one because it's nice and easy one on PowerPoint, a lot of captions. So let's have a quick demo. Here I am in my PowerPoint presentation. I want to give it to presentation to an array of different people, different nationalities, or people who maybe don't speak the language I speak fluently. So there's a way to sort it out. You can go on to always use subtitles. If I click on this, then I can just decide what is my language. So I'm going to be speaking in English, but I will be translated, let's say, in something like in Spanish, for example. There we go. So we have a play. I'm back into my PowerPoint. I'm just going to be clicking on the little button to start, and there you go. So hello, welcome. I'm very happy to be here with PolyMAT today, and we'll be speaking about inclusion and accessibility. As you can see, it's translated quite well into Spanish. You can translate into some other languages, but I think it's super useful to have that when you are speaking to an audience which probably doesn't speak the same language, or some children coming into your class, and so you can understand. And I think not so long ago Microsoft have been adding Ukrainian very thoughtfully into the languages they could be adding to all these apps. Thanks for having me. I hope you learned bits and bobs about accessibility and inclusion. There's tons and tons of other things you can do, but I was limited to obviously a small amount of time, which is absolutely understandable. So if ever you wanted to get in touch, you can scan the QR code. I'll happily do CPDs with your staff or with academies and stuff. I've done that quite a few times already. And thanks very much again for having me, and see you soon.